So welcome back friends in Booktuber. Today we will be summarizing bestseller by Carl Newport, Deep Work. This book teaches us how to focus on our work and give our best in the competitive but distracted world. So let's first talk about author. Calvin C. Newport is Provost Distinguished Associate Professor in Department of Computer Science at Georgetown University and the author of six self-improvement books. He writes the Steady Hacks blog, which is focused on academic and career success. So, what is deep work? Professional activities performed in a state of distraction free concentration that pushes our cognitive capabilities to their limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skills, and are hard to replicate. So, basic question arises is why we need deep work. Let's see by examples. Bill Gates have think weeks where he keep himself away from all distractions and get disconnected to everyone. This helped him to produce many great ideas. Even J.K. Rowling, who found it hard to write last book of Harry Potter series, find a way by locking herself in a hotel where she completed the book. Deep work help in learning complicated things quickly. Secondly, it also help in making for more better quality of work than others. Deep work is a superpower of 21st century. Research says that people switching tasks are more likely to demonstrate poor performance on next task. High quality work produced equal to time spent into intensity of focus. So, to learn in other words is an act of deep work. According to author, in the economy, three groups will have particular advantage. Those who can work well and creatively with intelligent machines, those who are best at what they do, and those who have access to capital. Let's discuss what deep work hypothesis say. The ability to perform deep work is becoming rare at exactly the same time it is becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. As a consequence, the few who cultivate the skill and then make it the core of their working life will thrive. Why deep work is rare? Nowadays, open office environment, gathering in social media, work hall trends are getting famous. Hence, these trends are keeping people away from deep work. If you are just getting into some work and phone goes off in the background, it ruins what you are concentrating on. Network and media has worst effect on your capacity of doing work. It diverts us on doing shallow work. To support his claim, author gives three arguments, with starting with neurological perspective, moving to psychological, and ending with philosophical. First is neurological aspect for depth. Author tells about writer Winifred Gallagher. She was going through cancer diagnosis during which she found that after focusing away from diagnosis she felt well. Her life during the period should have been in fear and pity, but it was instead she noted quite pleasant. Gallagher set out to better understand the role that attention, that is what we choose to focus on and what we choose to ignore, plays in defining the quality of our life. Second is psychological aspect. To prove this argument, he used ESM, experience sampling method. Here they used to disturb candidates with beep sound, and this proved to decrease effectiveness. Also during this, they found that people were happy at work and less happy relaxing than they suspected. The best moment usually occur when a person's body or mind is stretched to its limit in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult and worthwhile. Our mind like the challenges regardless of the subject. Third is philosophical aspect. Any pursuit, be it physical or cognitive, that support high level of skill can also generate a sense of sacredness. You don't need a rarefied job. You need instead a rarefied approach to your work. Therefore, it can be seen in India, their work was considered God to them, which used to define their caste. This helped them to do best at whatever they do. Hence, after showing importance of depth, the writer gives four approaches for deep work. First is monastic approach. Monastic comes from monastery, the place where monks live. It means shutting yourself off completely, for example, by moving to a cabin in the woods to write a novel, or any hotel room with no disturbance to complete your work with full focus. Second is bimodal approach. This prioritizes deep work above everything else. You could set a 4 to 6 hour block each day for deep work. For example, where you lock yourself in your office, similar to the monastic approach. However, once the block is over, you are free to do everything else that might be on your plate. Third is rhythmic approach. This argued that the easiest way to constantly start deep work sessions is to transform them into a simple habits. This the goal in other words is to generate a rhythm for the work that removes the need for you to invest energy in deciding if and when you are going to go deep in work. Third is journalistic approach. It is best if you have a busy schedule. When you do is to simply dedicate any unexpected free time to deep work. 4DX principle. This 4DX principle helps to effectively engage in deep work. DX refers to discipline. The 4DX framework is based on fundamental premise that execution is more difficult than strategizing. Discipline 1. Focus on wildly important. The more you try to do, the less you actually accomplish. They elaborate that execution should be aimed at a simple, small number of widely important goals. Discipline 2. Act on the lead measures. Start to measure performance, but measure on that basis which is more basic and gives faster results. The steps to understand our performance and improve them before it causes trouble. Discipline 3. Keep a compiling scoreboard. People play differently when they are keeping a scoreboard. Daily score your performance and reward or punish yourself accordingly. Discipline 4. Create a cadence of accountability. Show your score to someone. It's better if you both work on same task. This helps you improve faster. Also, comparing shows the changes you need to in performing the task. So that's all. Just focus on keynotes. First, in order to produce the absolute best stuff you are capable of, you need to commit to deep work. Second, to survive in the era, you must be best at whatever you do, and this can only be learned by deep work. Third, the ability to quickly master hard things and the ability to produce at an elite level in terms of both quality and speed are two core capabilities for thriving in today's economy. Fourth, your work is craft, and if you hone your ability and apply it with respect and care, then you can generate meaning in the daily efforts of your responsible and professional life. Fifth, the key to developing a deep work habit is to move beyond good intentions and add routines and rituals to your working life, designed to minimize the amount of your limited willpower necessary to transition into and maintain a state of unbroken concentration. So that's all for now. Please click on the subscribe button and ring the bell icon to get notification updates. Thank you.